Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a terrific night here at SM Mall of Asia, a sold-out night at SM Mall of Asia. It was a memorable night for the UFC fans at Fight Night Manila, presented by Smart Bro. First of all, what a memorable performance by the retiring Filipino wrecking machine, Mark Munoz. Quick thanks to our partners, Lifestyle and Leisure, ABS-CBN, Phoenix, and Smart Bro, as well as the Gaming and Amusement Board. I'd like to announce our attendance, sold-out attendance of 13,446. 13,446. On to announcing our performance bonuses. Fight of the night by De Los Reyes and Sang Chaan. Performance of the night, John Tuck, Neil Magny. And before we take questions, I'd like to announce a bit of further big news. A couple days ago, we announced the return to Tokyo Super Arena later this year in September. Today, I'd like to announce the first visit to Korea on November 28th at the, make sure we get this right, on November 28th at Olympic Park Gymnastics Arena in Seoul, Korea. So, without further ado, I'd like to open it up to questions.
Hello. Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Gab from dojodrifter.com. So good evening and congratulations to everybody who fought tonight. My questions are actually for Uriah Faber and Mark Munoz. Could you comment on the journey that it's been starting together and ending Mark's his career here together in the Philippines?
Yeah, it's been really cool. You know, I think a lot of people don't know that the connection that Mark and I have, and that we started this together. He was in the corner for my very first fight in 2003, and it took some years of me talking him into getting into this sport, and thank goodness that he did. So, what a tremendous, person outside of the cage, and tremendous competitor inside the cage, and just in life in general, a good dude. So, what a storybook ending for him tonight. You know, here in the Philippines and having a great performance, and us getting to do this together, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Uriah, he's someone that I look up to, even though he's shorter than me, you know. But he got me into the sport. I mean, he really did. He's like, Munoz, you're going to be really good, and I had to take a lot of time to convince my wife to get me into fighting, you know. But yeah, I appreciate Uriah. He's a brother from another mother, and you know, he's somebody that he's a role model, and we sharpen one another as far as just our character and integrity, and man, I can't say enough good things about Uriah. So thank you, Uriah, for getting me into the sport, bro.
Good morning. I'm Joseph Ramos from the Manila Times. This question is for Mr. Frankie Edgar. So, who do you think you'll be facing, Mr. McGregor or Aldo for the world title?
I mean, it's a fight. Anything happen. I think it's a favorable matchup for McGregor, but still some unknowns about McGregor. You know, he's kind of new to the UFC, and Aldo's been top of his game for a long time, so you got to go with the champion.
So to Mr. Berger, are you planning for a return here in Manila for another UFC?
Great question. We had a great turnout today, great reaction by the fans, knowledgeable fans. We certainly hope to be back. We just need to run through a few things with our business partners, and we certainly hope to be back soon.
Hello, Nishi Ikashana Rappler. Question to Uriah Faber. Are you going back to bantamweight after this fight?
I don't know. It was kind of a weird time for me. I feel like I had no change in adrenaline or emotion throughout this whole process. I don't know if it's a time change or what, but walking out to the cage, inside the cage, I just was just relaxed the whole time, and I'm trying to find something to get me real excited. So I'm gonna look for a match that gets me excited, whether it's 35s or 45s. I'm not sure yet. And you know, that was my 40th fight, which is kind of a trip to think about, because it seems like just yesterday that I started out in this sport. It's been 12 years, and I really enjoyed being able to eat throughout camp. So, you know, we'll see. It's pretty miserable getting down to 135. When I hit 145, I was thinking, man, usually it's 10 more pounds from here. You know, so we'll see.
Hi, Mark Munoz. In the post-fight interview, you said that you want to give back to the Filipinos and you want to teach kids, and you said something like you want to give back to the Philippines. Can you explain that a little bit?
So I have a talent or a gift or ability. Since I was 13, I've been wrestling. And in MMA here, I think wrestling is a discipline where I think the Philippines needs. And I could connect the dots for them. Because the striking is good, jiu-jitsu is good, but I think wrestling is deficient a little bit. So I want to be able to come back and use my talents, gifts, and abilities, because I was a wrestling coach. I coached with Uriah at UC Davis, and you know, we were just feeding off of each other, and I just love coaching. I love taking a kid and seeing their skills and being able to transform their skills, add to them, and not change them at all, but just add to their style. So yes, babalik ako sa Pinas. Yes, yes, I will be here. Yes, I will be here.
My question is for John. You got your first UFC victory tonight, and you also got fight of the night. How do you feel, and what's next for you?
It feels good to get back on the winning track. Just feels good, especially here in Manila for the first Philippine card, and me being Filipino, it just feels really good. It feels warm. I get to fight here the first ever event. So thank you.
Ivan Saldejano, Dagot, Philippines, to Mark Munoz. Who among the current Filipino MMA fighters do you see will have a bright future?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Who among the current crop of Filipino MMA fighters do you think will have a bright future ahead?
Oh man, all the fighters on this card, man. Marcadiva, Edward Foliang visited our gym. He's good. Roldan, he's good. I mean, there's so much talent here in the Philippines, and I feel that their skills are, I mean, Mabilis Suntok at Chakasipa, they're good, so for me it's just connecting the dots. Wrestling is the glue that keeps everything together. You can take people down and you can stop shots too, because you need to learn wrestling. So that's what I want to do. I want to take the good fighters and develop them in wrestling and take the sport up a notch here in the Philippines.
For Frankie, please. I know you said that it was important for you to make a statement tonight. I'm sure you would have liked to get a finish, but beating Uriah that way is no easy task. Do you feel like that was enough and that you accomplished what you needed to do?
Yeah, I mean, to be able to do that to Uriah speaks, volumes. Of course, I wanted to go there and get a finish, but it's a lot tougher than it seems, especially against a guy like Uriah, who's knows how to get it done. He's one of the most technical guys I think I fought, and to go in there and just dominate like I did, I think I deserve that title shot.
Can you let us know if there's been any discussion behind the scenes? Because it seems obvious that it should be the #1 contender fight, that you should be the #1 contender at this time. Have you been given any kind of indication at all that that's definitely the case?
Not really, man. I was hoping Dana was going to be here. I was thinking about hijacking his jet on the way back, pouring honey in his ear or something like that. But I'm going to have to give him a call when I get home.
Thanks, Frankie. For Neil, please, obviously just continue to keep winning, keep rolling along, continue to have doubters, I think, every step of the way, but you keep doing it. Talk about kind of what this win means to you, and does it mean something especially to be on this win streak?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something special. This fight, like every other fight, gave me a different challenge I didn't have before. I mean, I got rocked during the fight and had to find a way to stay composed and come back and get a win. So that felt pretty good to be able to do that. That's something that never happened to me before, so it was cool to overcome that.
And obviously, you gave the great company line, I'll just fight whoever they put in front of me. But, you know, when you got 7 wins in a row, I think you start getting some buying power where you can say, I want this, I want that, you know, put me in this situation. So now that you've had a little bit of time to think about it, the fight's over, is there any, you know, option to you that seems to make the most sense?
I mean, it's so up in the air right now. I mean, people are out for injuries and everything else, so I would love a new contract and just fight someone top 5 and see where I'm at.
Thanks, Neil. Now, good for Philippe. Obviously, a great win for you. I know it was an emotional moment for you. A lot of talk about the scoring and how close it was. What was your thoughts on it?
The fight, I think, I thought I won that fight. I definitely won the first round. The second round, I thought that there was a little turn of events later in the round, but I thought I overall won because of my submission attempts off my back. You know, even though he was on top, the third round I definitely lost. So I gave it 2 rounds to 1. He was dominant in the third. I handed it to him. He was a tough fighter, and you know, it was a good matchup, especially my first fight back in the UFC.
Okay. My name's Wayne from Men's Health. Philippe, you seemed a lot stronger this time around when you came back to the UFC. Did anything change with your training now that you're, you know, especially for this fight here in the Philippines?
Yeah, I mean, it's been 5 years since I fought in the UFC. This is my first one back, and I've changed a lot of things. Increased my wrestling, as you saw in the first round. So, I mean, I changed my training. I've been training with top-level coaches, top-level training partners, and that's pretty much the outcome. And I'm very experienced at this. I've been doing this for about 12 years now, too. So.
My next question is for Gegard. Do you think tonight's fight makes a good case for you to fight somebody near the top, near the title?
Everyone is booked, I believe. Only Jocker, but I had that fight. So the only one that makes sense is Michael Bisping, but let's not challenge him because he always overreact.
Okay, my last question is for Mark. How does it feel to get the perfect ending for your career here in the Philippines?
It feels awesome. You know, I obviously never thought that I'd be ending my career here, and it's a storybook ending. I mean, it's a dream come true. And this is where all started for my family, you know, and I'm ending my career here. And but it doesn't say that I'm not saying that I'll be away from the sport, but I want to be involved in the sport here in the Philippines. I want to be involved as much as I can. I want to come back and develop MMA and wrestling here. And, you know, I've created relationships with different people to be able to do that. So I love the Philippines. I love it here, and I'll be back.
Will we also be seeing you more in camps of other fighters in the future? I mean, you know, now that you're going back to full-time coaching, I guess.
You know, that's something that I'd have to consider. You know, obviously I had my gym, Reign. I shut the doors down because I was spending a lot of time there, 12, 13 hours a day there. And I want to simplify my life a little bit more. I want to be able to. I have a daughter that's about to go to college in 2 years. I have a son that wants me to coach him. He quit everything else and wants to wrestle. And I miss special moments in those 2 lives. And I have 2 younger ones coming up. You know, so you know it's tough. You know, I want to be a dad that's impactful, and I want to be a dad that's going to be there. You know, so there's other things that I can do to be able to balance my life. So yes, I'll be back, but you know, probably not in an extended period of time, but I'll be back frequently.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm Paulo De Rosario from CNN Philippines. My question is for Mark. Mark, before the fight, when you found out that Luke's prediction was that he was going to knock you out in the first round, you said that you feel like you're going to drag the fight out simply because he said that. Do you feel that's what you did today?
No, I was trying to knock him out. I really did. I got a bump on my hand to show you, and it hurts a little bit, but you know, I tried to knock him out. He could take some shots. He's got a chin on him. So he was backing up, but I hit him hard, and it's good. I mean, I didn't want him to lay down, so I was hitting him with some good shots. He caught me with the knee in the second round, you know, kind of stumbled me a little bit, but then I came back at him. And he's tough. I didn't want anybody to lay down for me. I want to earn it. So I didn't try to drag it out. I tried finishing him. So it just happened that way.
Hi, question for regarding Masasi. So you finally stringed together some wins in the UFC after fighting top guys. Do you think that these consecutive wins will give you that momentum to make a run at the title?
I think I need 2 more fights, and till then the landscape will change a lot. So I'm hoping to fight until 1 more fight this year. I have 3 wins, and next year maybe 1 more fight and maybe go for the title. I see myself still going for the title shot. I don't, but there's guys ahead of me. So.
Okay, to Philip, are you satisfied with the result despite the split decision win?
I mean, yeah, I'm happy that I'm back, and I think it was a good performance. The crowd liked it. I definitely made some mistakes, and it's a learning experience as well. So I am satisfied with my win. Absolutely.
Any further questions? One last question anywhere?
First of all, I want to congratulate Frankie and Uriah. Great performance from you guys tonight. Guess I'll go first for Uriah. During the fight, Frankie kept trying to go after you and try to bring you to the ground. What was the game plan going into the fight?
You know, Frankie does a good job of staying really active. You know, throws a lot of volume, and I knew that he has kind of like an option where he goes for a takedown, and depending on how they react, to come off firing punches, or he'll follow through with the takedown, and drove me against the fence a couple different times, and I think, you know, especially in those moments I was losing momentum in the fight. So the game plan for me was to get right in his face and you know, try to land some big punches and hopefully get to some great scrambles. There wasn't much offense in my scrambles this time around. He did a really good job of controlling when he did, you know, come to a grappling side. But, you know, I was trying to catch him with a big punch or catch him with a big choke and keep a high pace. I mean, I feel like, you know, I said to Frankie, I feel like we probably could have gone another 5-10 rounds. There's probably not many guys that can do that. I think we're, you know, 2 of the grinders out there. And, you know, sometimes it's frustrating when, you know, you feel like there's more gas in the tank, but that's, you know, we're, you know, doing kind of a dance, keeping the right distance, etc. So didn't get too crazy in there, which I like a little crazy sometimes. Crazy kind of benefits me a little bit, but I think Frankie got to kind of set the pace in there, and that was the difference.
Thanks, Uriah. And for Frankie, how tough of a competitor was Uriah? Was this what you had in mind going into featherweight, and what's next for Frankie Edgar?
Yeah, Uriah is as tough as I expected him to be. He's one of the most technical, like I said, one of the most technical guys I've fought, you know, yet. Wasn't easy to get to. I was trying to, you know, keep my foot in the gas, but you know, he kept it interesting the whole time. You know, I knew I couldn't let off, because if I let off, I know he was gonna either get off a big punch or a takedown or you know, a possible submission. So I had to make sure I pushed that pace, and I kept him guessing. So I couldn't slip with a guy like Uriah. And what's next? I don't know. I'm hoping a title shot. That's what I'm hoping.
Great. Well, thank you, everyone. It's great UFC Fight Night here in Manila, and we look forward to seeing everyone in Tokyo, then on to Seoul. Thank you, everyone.